Tawhio time. Let's get down to the start and see how many riders we've got.
Eight intrepid bikepackers began the Te Tawhio o Whanganui for 2024 with no idea of the adventure that was to come. Tawhio is a choose-your-own-adventure bikepacking event, with some of us branching off through private land. We're very privileged to be able to explore this big and wild part of the country. After an hour and a half of climbing, it was a relief to see some flat ground, even if just for a short time. As we reached the top of the ridge, ready to begin our descent, we struck a traffic jam in the most unlikely of places. After the traffic jam cleared, we're into the most nostalgic downhill that any 90s mountain biker could ask for. around 10 minutes of nostalgic 90s downhill goodness behind us, it was time to head out to the highway and make it to camp for the night. Following a brief discussion over breakfast, we were quietly confident that the rain was behind us. The locals weren't so confident, and we headed off wondering who was right. Climbing the Mangapurua, the rain began.
Hey, how are you?
Upon reaching the Kaiwhakauka, it was clear that you just cannot beat local knowledge. The rain was here to stay. Reaching Blue Duck Station, it's time to wait for the others and see if we can indeed convince the jet boat driver to take us the 3 kilometres upriver that we'd been hoping for.
My fellow Americans, I come before you tonight as a candidate for the vice presidency and as a man whose honesty and integrity has been questioned. I believe we've had enough of that in the United States, particularly with the present administration in Washington, D.C. I have a theory, too, that the best and only answer to a smear or to an honest misunderstanding of the facts is to tell the truth. I'm sure that you have read the charge and you've heard it, that I, Senator Nixon, took $18,000 from a group of my supporters. Because it isn't a question of whether it was legal or illegal, that isn't enough. I say that it was morally wrong if it was secretly given and secretly handled. And I say that it was morally wrong if any of the contributors got special favors for the contributions that they made.
Who can swim? Somebody can swim. See the peck rafter?
With celebratory grins all around, it was every man for himself as the cold set in, and we began the 50-kilometre journey to Whanganui.
Feeling a little worse for wear this morning.
Not bad. Not bad.
Did she charge you for that?
Following a hearty lunch and an extended lunch break as we dodged one final shower of rain, it was time to head to Whanganui. Reaching the top of the Paparata saddle, it was time to descend into the Tangarakau Gorge and the last remaining stretch of unsealed state highway in New Zealand, an endangered species. What an epic few days. Feeling a little bit worse for wear, but so is everybody else. And it's amazing, after yesterday's little escapade, things that don't get wet are wet. Te Tawhio is absolutely drenched in my pot, in my frame bag. That's the most rain I've encountered. So my oats for breakfast are already pre-soaked too. opted for the slightly easier route today. This rain wasn't forecast, and tiny little bits on the rain radar, which I don't think anyone's looking forward to another day of rain after what we had on Saturday. It certainly sucked the energy out of everybody. Well, that's the last of the big climbs for the day, but still not quite halfway. The wind has changed direction though, so I'm really hopeful about that, because the legs are quite tired. Right, coffee time. A little bit disappointed that last spot was closed. I've never actually seen it open, but I was hopeful. So, time to set up in the shelter and see what I can come up with. Well, after all that, and all these random nights of camping that I didn't plan very well, I didn't plan this, but I got the last cabin. This is all just a bit too nice. Having accommodation for the night. Got a bed. Got a kitchen. We've even got an ensuite right down the end. But because it's too nice and I could almost live here, I had to make it feel like home and scumbag it out a little bit with gear absolutely everywhere. So left me just a little bit too relaxed and almost forgot about the task ahead for tomorrow. So I think I'm going to call it a night. And it's stupidly early, but I am wrecked. Morning. Well, that was definitely the better sleep that I've had in the last few days. Relatively early start, it's 5:15. Just having a coffee to wake me up so that I can find my handlebar roll. It's actually on my handlebars. Feeling a little bit better this morning, and the forecast looking like the wind might be at times favourable today, which is nice. Hopefully the traffic's favourable too. There's a fair amount of highway today, and the detours don't miss too many of the nasty bits. We'll see how that goes. On the last day, get little luxuries like fresh socks. Only about 20k from home now, which seems nice and easy, but still 20k on very tired legs. Gotta love it when you've got an icy cold tonic at lunchtime in your frame bag. I want to give a massive shout out to Q Music, one of my followers who reached out and offered to create some original audio for one of the videos. All original tracks are available for download on BandLab, details in the bio.